And joining me today is the head coach of the Liberty men's swimming team, Heath Grishaw. Heath, thanks for sitting down with me again today.
Yeah, of course. Hey, not a problem, man.
So first things first, I kind of wanted to talk about just the abrupt end to your guys' season. Not the ending you really wanted. I know you guys have put a lot of hard work into preparing for nationals, and all throughout this past season, you guys have put a lot of work in. Just talk about what you went through as a coach, just dealing with all the different emotions of the last part of your season getting canceled.
Yeah, so that's definitely a question I've been wrestling with myself just personally. My guys did an awesome job this year, and nothing will take that away from them. So first off, I just got to give them the props of just putting in the hard work. And even though nationals was taken away from them, they did a great job this season. And there were so many things that we touched on of why it made this season was still so good, even though we didn't get that chance at a national championship. But for me personally, what I was wrestling with was just is this the passion, and am I doing the right things for my guys? And, the monotonous and repetition of a season of just waking up early, going to practice in the morning and afternoon, and just everything. I was wrestling with that. And with this time of being away from the guys and being forced to just be still, and then being back at the pool this week for the first time, it just really instilled, and the Lord really just confirmed that this is my passion. This is where I want to be. And, I took it for granted for sure. So, I'm just glad that I'm back and we're back. And so it was a lot that I learned.
I know you have such a heart for the guys on your team, but also for the sport of swimming. How was it getting the guys to transition into that mindset of, I understand that you're upset, but handle those feelings now. But once you're done feeling those feelings, move on. Let's come back stronger and get prepared for the next season. How did your guys handle those emotions?
Yeah, so when everything kind of shut down on us, we were actually all together for spring break. We went on a training trip, and we were able to go out that way. And when we all met up, everything was still open. Club swimming said we were still good to go. We had pools ready to go that we were going to swim at. And then out of nowhere, club swimming just shut it down. And then the pools all started shutting down. And so then we just weren't able to swim ever again, until that point. So it was kind of weird at first, but we were all together, so we were able to talk about it just right then and there. It wasn't like everybody was separate and we're just emailing each other or texting each other. But when we came back from spring break, Liberty hasn't given the message that we were gonna everybody just go home for the semester. So I just pulled up a meeting and just said, listen, let's talk about it now. Because once we talk about it, it's going to be out there, and then we're going to bury it because we're never going to come back. We're never going to look back, never going to say, I wish we coulda, woulda, shoulda, any of that stuff. So once we talked about it, got all the raw emotions and feelings out about the season, we buried it, and now we're just headstrong.
Well, moving away from the negative and focusing on the positive, you are now 2 seasons in as the head coach for the Liberty men's swimming program. And just talk about the growth of not only the team, but also the guys that are coming in, your recruiting class, your guys that have been some of the strong ones that have helped put Liberty swimming on the map, and just how amazing it is to see not only the growth and success from where you had seen them before to where it is now, but also just the amount of guys that are actually buying into this program.
Yeah, it's crazy that this is about to be my 3rd season as the head coach here, and my 4th season with the team altogether, and that this team is 4 years old. So that's pretty wild, just thinking about that. But, this upcoming year is going to be this is the last year for a lot of the very first guys to be a part of the team. They're seniors now. So it's almost at the end of a chapter, but it's also really cool because it's also a start in a way, because they help lay down the foundation for an actual program to be built. You know what I mean? So it's been really cool just to see that side of things. I got to give a lot of props to the ones that have just stuck with it and helped get the ball rolling. But now just seeing what it comes down to is culture is a big one. Making sure that everybody is just fitting in and feeling like they're a part of something bigger than just themselves. And then also really dial into one thing that we all have in common, and that's just that we love the Lord. And I think it's so special and so unique that we get to talk about that daily. We get to have daily devotions and everything else. I've been able to help keep that culture going, and the guys have too, by meeting every Wednesday during this COVID shutdown, lockdown. And so every Wednesday night we'll get on Zoom and talk for a little bit and just go through a couple of devotions, our highs and lows, and then being able to talk about what to expect next season and how are we training and what can we do better. So it's been good. But yeah, it just kind of boils down to one, is the culture healthy? Because if it is, and it doesn't matter if I'm here or not, I can leave, you bring in a new coach, as long as he keeps a healthy culture, you're going to continue to see that program build.
Well, speaking of training, before I let you go, I know that our trainer here, Ross Garner, has put a lot of hard work in for you guys to make sure they stay in shape, get the toned muscles and good workouts. What's something that the guys are going to be practicing and honing in on some skills over the summer? I know here in Virginia, Phase 2 has thankfully opened up some pools, but what are your guys going to be able to do if they're not here to stay in good shape and get some of those swimming reps in before they come back for the start of hopefully another record-breaking season?
Yeah, so big shout out to Ross. Ross has been phenomenal, and we talk daily, and he's been just a great help, great encourager, but also has been able to help the guys, especially our swimmers, who the pool's been taken away, but there's still work to be done and that can be done. And so Ross has been a huge help there. Thankfully, that we've been able to open up the pool this week. Yesterday was our very first day back in, and so it's just been awesome. It's a blessing. We missed it for sure, but I guess the biggest thing right now is just kind of knocking the dust off, and the rust. And it's been 3 months since a swimmer's been in the pool, and it's an endurance sport, so we got to build that back up. So that's where we're going to start right now for the guys that don't have a pool and don't have an access to that in their home, or their state hasn't opened up. It's going to be the same thing, making sure that our mind is staying healthy and trained, and that we're doing something, anything. It's okay to play a video game here and there. It's okay to watch a movie or some Netflix shows, but make sure that we're doing something in between them. Make sure that we're going out, whether that's for a run, doing different workouts that Ross has given them or I've given them, but just do something. Get your heart rate up, sweat a little, whatever they got to do. And they know that. It's their responsibility. That's a part of being an athlete. And being a part of that, being an athlete for us, like as men swimming, that is to be expected, and they know that. So as long as they do their responsibility and they do their work, they're going to be fine.
Well, finally, Heath, before I let you go, from us here at the video department, a huge congratulations to you and the lovely fiance, Ashlyn, as you guys are getting ready to get married. We're so excited for you guys. I know she's been a great support system off the pool and helping you throughout this process, and we can't wait to see what she helps you with next season. But we also can't wait for your team next season to see another record-breaking year for Liberty men's swimming. And it was always great catching up with you, Heath.
Hey, Hayden, I really appreciate it. Yeah, we are super excited. Luckily, COVID has not interrupted our wedding planning or anything like that, but we really appreciate it. We're super excited. And, yeah, she's been a huge support to the guys and to the team, and so we really appreciate it. It's good talking to you, man.